Good morning. Looks like Roundhill's been doing this earlier and earlier. So now I've got Roundhill, their Xdte, Qdte, and Rdte weeklies. And a little housekeeping. So before I jump into them, I got an email. Many of you know, certainly not all of you. So Roundhill announced today that the Roundhill Ether covered call strategy ETF, YETH is the symbol, with transition from monthly to weekly distribution. Starting in July 2025, YETH and the Roundhill Bitcoin covered call strategy ETF, YBTC, will each seek to trade ex dividend every Wednesday and pay distributions on Thursday. So that means that they'll announce Monday night or early Tuesday morning declaration. You'll have a chance to buy them on Tuesday, go ex-dividend on Wednesday, and pay on Thursday. This represents a shift for YBTC, which currently trades ex-dividend each Thursday and pays distributions on Friday. Following these updates, a Roundhill ETF lineup will uniquely offer investors the opportunity to receive distributions every day of the week. Now they're showing, payday is Wednesday on the T-bill ETF. Crypto is Thursday. QDTE is Friday. Their MAG 7 is Monday, and then their single payers AAPW, COIW, NVDW, PLTW, and TSLW pay on Tuesday. So cool. For those of you that have to get paid every day of the week, Roundhill's got you covered. I don't need, once a week is pretty darn good for me. All right, guys, but to each his own. I get it. All right, so let's jump in here for QDTE. The yields are back up, although this coming week we'll only have 4 trading days, right? With our holiday coming up on Thursday, the 19th. So what's our yield? 26.59, up over last week. So here's a 29, 24, 25, pretty consistent in there. You had some big 41, 31, 44. All right. Certainly we've had lower 15, 18. And these go back quite a ways, as you guys know. 11%. Boy, that was an ugly one. 6/5/24, just about a little more than a year ago, like 53 weeks ago. Okay, guys, so that's what I've got for Xdte. Let's go to their NASDAQ oriented fund, which is Qdte. And I'll just say here's the summary for all of this, 378 days now. They've made $16.31, and their NAV has gone down 853. So they got a almost 2-to-1 ratio. That's pretty good. And QDTE has that same, well, we'll see it in the summary. I think it's 378 days now. So they paid 20 cents, almost 20 and a half, yielding 30% annually. And again, a reminder, all of these, all 3 of them, are 6/18 declarations. That's why they're giving it to us early, right, on the 17th in the morning. So technically, I usually use the day before declaration, but since I'm reporting, I really have to use Monday's close. But I can always change it to be consistent in another week. But if they keep going this early, which they've been tending to do that, so I'll just leave it alone, and then it'll always be a week. That's the key thing. All right, so 30% yield, how does that stack up? Well, you had a 31, 32, 26, 27. Here's a 30 back on April 9. what was it was the index was trading at 30.55. We're now at 34.72. So they only had to give you 18 cents. They have to give you 20 cents now at a higher price. So that's positive. All right, let's keep going and see how we're doing. Um, what did they do over this period of time? Let me look real fast for you guys. Yeah, 378 days, guys. So not quite as good. I mean, 16 and 18 versus 8 and 10, that's about the same delta difference. So they paid 1844. Their NAV has gone down 10.9. Well, that doesn't mean anything unless you know percentage wise, right? But that's pretty substantial because it's only a $34 um, index or ETF income based on an index. All right, let's keep going, peoples. And let's take a look at RDTE. We have 24 cents with the highest yield, right? 37.28. All of the indexes appear to be slightly down versus last week. Again, this is so 37, that's nice yield. That's been indicative of RDTE. But let's go take a look. Have we had that? Yeah, we had a 2046. They've had a lot of 30s and 40s in here. Let's go look at their bottom line. It does not look as good. Now remember, they only launched 925. These other funds launched 6.4. So they're past the 365 day, right? Not by a lot, 378 to be exact, um, as of 617. So look at this. This is getting higher than this. It was just a couple weeks ago that this was slightly higher than this. So that's positive. But overall, it's a one for one. They might as well just be distributing your money back to you because you're losing in NAV what you're getting in distribution, although it's 12 cents and you're getting it along the way. So hopefully you're using it. Now, if you're dripping, that's a different deal altogether. All right, let's go look at the summary sheet and see how we're doing. We have Xdte launched on 6.4 and came out at 51.88. It's currently 43.53, so it's lost 16.09 in a percentage, which is $8.30. And out of 1,000, it's $160. Here's our distribution, right? These are the distributions. The divvy return for the 375 days, well, when you annualize it and you only make it 365 instead of 378, they go down just a hair from 31.45 to 30, 40, 33. So the NASDAQ oriented one wins in dividend annualized rate, a 40 to a 33 to a 30. Now on the loss basis, XDTE wins. And there's been periods of time where the total return was won by XDTE because all I do is add these two annualized numbers together. 30 plus minus 15, and you have more change over here, so it's a little less than 15. So this is starting to take the lead. It's 2-to-1 lead over RDTE. Now, RDT has less days, but that's substantial, right? That 280, you're not, that really doesn't change much. If you're talking somebody that's got 11 days or 20 days and all of a sudden they pop up, on their NAV gain is like 11% and then annualized is like 180. Well, that probably isn't going to work out. So that's what I got for you guys. Roundhill. And don't forget on YBTC and YIF. Actually, the YIF should be doing better. Ether, right? ETHE. That should be outperforming BTC during this period of time. I had read some stuff on it. I haven't really looked into it, but somebody also mentioned it, one of my subscribers in the comments back about a month ago. So I'm sure that's been the situation. All right, guys, this is Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. I'm going to let you go. I'm not a financial advisor. Have a great day ahead. Don't miss my Pulte and Coney. They both had fantastic Mondays, right? I revised my weekend estimate on Pulte based on them rolling their synthetics. So check out the details in that video. Okay, guys, see you later. Have a great one. Bye for now.